Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day The Last Resort Season 2 Episode 1, Built to Last. And yeah, we just gonna get on to it. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm already cringed. I'm already irritated. I'm already annoyed. I'm already tired. And yeah, and this is all why. So, as we know, what The Last Resort is about, the couples who are on a breakup, breaking up, or divorcing are coming to this like couples therapy retreat at a nice resort and stuff. They have to do group therapy, they have to do some fun activities, some teamwork activities, and deep therapy, family therapy, etc. And, last season was a good season. Obviously, this is the last resort. You're going to have the rough couples. But, season one was a big success. So, it was fitting that they'll have a season two and everything. But, this season just has, like I've been saying, leading up to this, just all the cringy couples. So the couples arrive. I think the first couple they arrived was Gina and Jasmine. So they come in and get checked into they go to their room. Jasmine opens up and sees her room. The door doesn't stay open. She goes inside the room, and then just like the door just shuts in front of Gina's face and everything. And Gina's carrying all her bags and everything. They got like so many bags and stuff and crap and whatnot. So they're doing that. So as we all know with Gina and Jasmine, we know their problems and stuff and everything. So they're explaining why they're here and everything and see what this could bring. The next couple that arrives, I think it was Stacy and Florian. Now, it's been a while since we've seen Stacy and Florian. They were on Darcy and Stacy. Florian is a young man. Darcy and Stacy like the young guys. So, Florian's a young man. He's from Albania. They got married in 2020, right before, during COVID, and then remarried last year and stuff and everything. Their issues are the fact that Florian just likes to party now and everything and really just doesn't give a crap about anything. He doesn't really believe in therapy, but, he's doing this for Stacy or whatever and everything. But, Stacy saying it's all Florian, but I think with Florian, it's also irritated that Stacy and Darcy are, just a little too much with the plastic surgery thing. So I think that's going to come out and stuff. So that's why they're there. The next couple to arrive, I think Rob was Natalie and Josh. Now, Natalie and Josh, now we're all figuring out why are they here? They're the only couple there that's not married and stuff. So why are they here? And, Josh had claimed that, he's been at this resort before because he lives in the resort is in Arizona and he lives in Arizona. He's saying that him and Natalie pretty much broke up after that tell-all, but Josh's son had gotten into a really bad accident. His son's friend passed away, and his son, I think he said, lost his legs or whatever, and which is really sad. We're praying for his son and stuff. And he said Natalie was there for him during that time, which is great, which is good. But I'm thinking after I heard that, then I think that was just their way, just trying to get back on TV, because I'm just like, dude, just have you guys just be with your kids. I know the issue. Josh don't want Natalie to meet the kids, his son, and everything, but I think you have to put your pride aside because your son nearly died and everything. And I don't know, coming to this retreat is just pointless for them. Me personally, I'm not saying he's wrong in this, but me personally, if my son lost his legs in a bad accident, this is the last thing on my mind right now to be on this couple's retreat. Just saying. So that's why they're there. So the next couple, they were already there to arrive, was Rob and Sophie. Now they were already at the resort. We seen them Rob giving Sophie, like, playing with her butt and stuff and everything, and just talk about, the leaving and the old infidelity, online cheating, and the past before they got married and stuff and everything. They were talking about that and stuff, and just analyzing what this retreat will be like and stuff. Then the next couple to arrive was Brandon and Julia. It's been a while since we've seen them. I missed them. They're going to be my favorite couple throughout this season. As we all know with Brandon and Julia is the fact that I think this going to be my first time covering them. Yeah. Julia is really homesick, and they're not on the same page of having kids and stuff. Brandon wants kids, Julia don't. And when we first met Brandon and Julia, it was the mama. It was them living at the mother and the father's home and stuff, and then being with Brandon being a mama's boy and then trying to get out, and the parents just interfering. So, that's why they're here. I know there's gonna be some infidelity issues with that as well. So we'll see when that comes out. And then the last couple to arrive was Ari and Benny. They're the only couple that came separately. Ari comes, she's saying that Benny is cheating, Benny's saying he's not, and everything. Ari is actually living in Ethiopia, but without Benny, which is pretty interesting. I find that really interesting. Benny's living in Las Vegas, doing his thing, going out with the other 90-day people with Angela and Scott and stuff and everything. And, Ari apparently, I guess, is living in Ethiopia. So they all arrive and, basically get settled in. We seen Brandon and Julia take a bath together. Brandon wanted to, get their groove on before they go to the meet and greet with the other couples. And Julia said no. And she's like, okay, whatever. And then everybody meets at a place where they can all meet the couples and stuff. Stacey and Florian were first, and then Brandon and Julia came in next, and then I think it was Ari that came next, then Natalie and Josh, then Gina and Jasmine, Rob and Sophie, and then Binion. When Brennan and Julia were talking to Stacey and Florian, Florian had asked Julia, who do you hate? Like, who do you not want to see? And Julia's like, I don't really hate nobody, but however, the person I really don't want to see is Natalie. Or at least so. As she says that, here comes Natalie. Just like, really? And everything. So, like, Florian going to stir the pot and say, hey, Natalie, Julia's your biggest fan or your best friend or something. And we're just like, really, bro? Like, really, you're gonna come here and start egging situations on and stuff and everything. So Julia decides to pull Natalie aside and talk to her. At the season 6 tell-off, Happily Ever After, like, Julia called Natalie Two-Face and thought that she used Mike to get her on a green card, so they had some words from that and everything. So Julia pulls Natalie aside to talk to her. They started talking in their native language and stuff. The first thing goofy Natalie asks Julia is, are you pregnant? And she's like, no, why? Because she's like, because you gained weight. Now, we have known Julia for how many years now? And I have not seen an ounce of fatness on Julia. So just for goofy Natalie to even think that and everything, and Julia's like, why did I even talk to you? And everything. I'm trying to start fresh, and then you're just gonna insult me. Like, I'm sick of Natalie doing that. She always be saying some really ignorant stuff like that, and and thinks that it's funny, and thinks that she's all hype and all that when she ain't Jack. That was just really disrespectful. But they still talked and decided to start fresh or whatever. So everybody's meeting and greeting and everything, and then when Bingham comes, because remember I said him and Ari didn't come together. Bingham comes, he gives everybody a hug and everything, and he decides to do a handshake to Ari, give her a handshake, and Ari's like, I'm still your wife, right? You're just gonna give me a handshake or whatever, this, and that, and everything. So Ari starts crying and everything, and yeah. I will admit, Benny, that was wrong. That was wrong. Benny should have just gave Ari a hug. That is still his wife and everything. I know he's frustrated with what's going on, but he should have still gave her a hug. Like, come on, Bacon, that is still your wife and everything. And I'll touch more on that in a minute. So, everybody's now there and they're all mingling and stuff, whatever. When Sophie had brought up the first messy situation, basically, Sophie was saying that Natalie's Josh, was hitting her up in DMs. And Rob knew about it and everything. She showed Rob. Rob wasn't upset or anything, but just gotta watch out for him. She's saying that like Josh was hitting her up saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be in Vegas. You should come." And he was liking all her sexy pictures and stuff and everything, and like sending her emojis about inviting her to Vegas and stuff. And just thought it was a little bit shady, basically, and everything. So everybody's saying, "Well, make sure that's addressed at some point during this retreat," basically. So, all the couples decided to go to, all the couples had to go through their first therapy session, their first group therapy session, where we got to meet some of the therapists. We had one returning back from last season, from the last resort and everything. So they just wanted to do the diagnosis and see why we all here and stuff. Brandon and Julia say they're here because Brandon wants to have kids. They're not on the same page of that and everything. We know why. And Julia's homesick. Gina and Jasmine, we know why they're here. Although with Gina and Jasmine, they're having their similar issues, lack of intimacy, the constant fight, and this and that. It was revealed, though, that Jasmine had left. Now, there's been rumors on social media saying, "Oh, Jasmine and Gina have new partners or whatever," and everything. Oh, they're spotted filming for Single Life or something like that. I don't know if all that's like true or not. But what is confirmed that Jasmine has gone to somebody's house, disappeared for 3 days, and stayed at somebody's house. And she didn't confirm if it was a guy or girlfriend or whatever, but she was staying at somebody's house and everything because she was just like, I always wanted to spend all my time with Gino, but now it's just like, I know I can't stand to be around him, so I left for 3 days and everything. So I can't wait to see how that how that clears out. Natalie and Josh, wired. It's like I said, it's just why are they there? Natalie says she wants answers. Josh says that her responses are just so like complex and vague. I guess when they first got to resort, Josh was showing her some things, and Natalie didn't believe that they were walking on fake grass and stuff. Now say, "Oh, this is beautiful grass." Well, Josh is saying, "Well, it's not real grass; it's fake grass," and just some of this, just some like little dumb stuff like that and everything. What else we got? Brandon and Julia, Rob and Sophie. They're, Rob is claiming that he's going to move back to LA from Texas. He said this retreat will decide if Julia's going to go with him, basically go with him or not. Basically, and they're still struggling with like lack of communication, and Sophie wanted to do her own thing, Rob trying to fight for it and nothing and everything. And then Stacy and Florian. Stacy revealed that Florian has been out partying so much, and one night he came back home with makeup all over his clothes and stuff. And so she's thinking he's cheating again and stuff. And Florian's like, "Oh, you're crazy, and everything, and everything. You don't have to assume." She always like to assume. You're crazy and everything. And I'm just like, bro, if you got makeup on, somebody's gonna be really suspicious. And if you came home with makeup, you can't make it that obvious. If something happened, you need to go clean that off before you get home and stuff. So I'm just saying, bro. Like, and then Ari and Benny. Ari actually, here's like their topic. Now I'm a little disappointed in Bingham on this one. I've been team Bingham. Like when we first met Ari and Benny back on season 2 of The Other Way, when Ari was pregnant, I was team Ari. Everybody was team Bingham all the way. I was team Ari. The last time when what changed my opinion on Ari is when she brought the ex to Ethiopia and stuff, and took the son back home without Benny, for that surgery or whatever. That's when I kind of lost a little bit of respect for Ari. But Ari has Benny said that Ari has access of all his social media, because he's an MMA fighter and a stuntman and all that, so for business related. But she said that he's been cheating. She's been seeing stuff with girls, him taking pictures and getting her numbers and stuff and everything. And so she changed all his passwords on all his social media and won't give it to him. And Benny doesn't really want to open up a new account and everything. So he's like basically begging Ari for the social media. So when they were at group therapy, Benny was saying, Ari was saying, "Oh, Benny's cheated, and I have proof." And Benny saying, "No, you're a liar. You're a liar." And she's like, "You don't need to talk to me like that," and everything. But the therapist even said that Ari and Benny seemed like Ari seemed like she wanted to get that off of her chest and everything, but she was not there for Benny in that moment. So she was just there for attack. So that's just something that we need to work on and stuff and everything. So after the therapy session was over, the couples go back to their hotel room and decompress and everything. Stacy and Florian got into an argument. Like Stacy started crying, like, "You were just so standoffish at group therapy. You don't care about me." And she starts crying because you don't really give a crap, which she's right. Florian doesn't give a crap. He just lazy as heck. I feel like lazy as he could be. Then we went over to Gina. No, then we went over. Yeah, we went over to Gina and Jasmine. They get into a fight, and then about like Jasmine disappearing for 3 days. Gino confronted her about that. It's like, "Where were you? Who were you with?" And Jasmine's like, "I'm not telling you. You don't need to know. Like, you don't want to know and everything. Like, are you there with the guy? Because if you're there with the guy, we don't need to be here. We could just end this now and everything." And she's like, "Oh my God, I want to talk to you. F you, F this, and that, and everything, and everything." And just so, oh my God, it's just a mess. And then we went over to Ari and Benny. Like, Ari and Benny, when she was like, "Are you gonna admit that you're cheating and talk about it?" And he was like, "Give me my social media back and then we'll talk about it." And she said, "No, I'm not, I don't care about your social media and everything." Now, Benny, like I said, I understand she has her social media and everything, but that's a dumb ultimatum. Give me my social media, then I'll talk to you about our problems. That's stupid, okay? That's stupid. Come on, dude. Now, I had your back, but don't push it. You're pushing it already. And I had your back. So they're going back, and Ari and Benny going back and forth about it. And then Ari's like, "Get the heck out of this room now. You ain't staying here." And he was like, "Why do you always have to be boss? Why don't you just get a new room and everything?" And she was just yelling, "Get the heck out of here. Like, if you're not going to sleep with me." He's like, "No, I don't want to sleep with you. I want to sleep on the couch." And she's like, "It don't make no sense. Just get your own room and get your own bed." And then ultimately he got packed up his stuff and left. And that's basically where we ended it. Yeah. I don't know, guys. This is just this was just a lot for me to crumble with all of this. It's gonna be hard to keep up with these couples. We only had like 5 couples last season. We got 6 this season. And one couple like left the island really quick last season. So we just had like basically 3.5 because Michael was on the stick last year. But I don't know, guys. I told y'all, I'm not going to be covering it that much this season. I just promised y'all I'd do the first episode. Remember, like I said, I ain't going to be doing it next week. When I like to see like what starts the, well, I think I know the reason now, but what starts the fight with Natalie, Sophie, and Jasmine and everything. And I see that what I've also been seeing that with Gino, him and Florian are going to get into it, and seeing Gino trying to launch at Florian and stuff. And I saw that in the preview. I'm like, "Gino, you ain't tough. Don't even try that. It's just going to be a situation like it was, small situation like it was with Jovi and Ed last season and everything. You're going to act like they about to fight, and they ain't going to do jack." So, I mean, I'll cover those episodes, but that's about it. So like I said, I just promised to do this one, but y'all really, like I said, I am tired. I just don't want to do it. I really don't want to do this season because, like I said, I'm already like really feeling cringe. But I am still gonna watch it. But I don't know, y'all. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. I'll be back on tomorrow to do Married at First Sight. I promise to do that no matter what. So be on the lookout for that. And then after Married at First Sight, remember next week there'll be no recaps. Maybe a B90 recap, but other than that, no other recaps next week. I'll be on vacation. So when I get back from vacation, we'll resume with everything. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all stay safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.